Okay. District of Highland Park is hereby called to order at 6:41 p.m. on Tuesday, August 23rd, 2016 at West Ridge Center. Could we please call the roll?
Commissioner Bernstein?
Here.
Commissioner Flores-Weisskopf?
Here.
Commissioner Kaplan?
Here.
Vice President Ruttenberg?
I'm here.
President Myers?
And I am here as well. Good to see everyone again. Been a long time since our last meeting. Hope everyone's doing well. We have a quorum, so we can proceed with business. Any requests for additions to the agenda from any of the commissioners? All right. Any comment from the public on items currently on the agenda? Hearing
Oh,
none.
actually, I do, might want to
We
bring up,
moved on. We have to,
Chris, I'm sorry, I lost the opportunity.
please, by all means.
Chris, is that something we should bring up tonight? The tennis courts? Okay.
Wow, nothing awkward about that question.
All right, no, I do have something I'd like to bring up about clay tennis courts. Should I do it now?
Sure.
Apparently we have the only clay public park district operated tennis courts in the immediate vicinity, if not the greater North Shore.
The Roland Garros of Midwest.
We are.
We are probably the only public clay courts anywhere.
And with that, we have use by a lot of non-residents.
This came up at a prior meeting, if I remember correctly. Concern.
It's also mentioned in the director's report too.
Yeah, we've gotten emails that we've discussed.
Right.
You all have gotten emails on
That's
it.
right. Okay.
So there is a suggestion floating by staff that we might want to implement a policy of charging for non-residents or residents to use the courts with a form of ID, badge, or some other way of monitoring it.
Or presumably charging for non-resident parking is another approach.
That's kind of hard there for the
Sunset, it's hard. I think we're looking more at like a swipe card, like what we are proposing for the
Ah.
dog park.
Okay. Any objection to having staff put together a proposal and recommendation? Okay, staff is so directed. Thank you both. All right, so that brings us to the consent agenda. You see listed items A through D, all of which have been previously provided in our board packets and were discussed at prior meetings. Any request to remove anything from the consent agenda? Okay, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda as listed?
So moved.
Second.
We call the roll.
Commissioner Bernstein?
Aye.
Commissioner Flores-Weisskopf?
Aye.
Commissioner Kaplan?
Aye.
Vice President Ruttenberg?
Yes.
President Myers?
Aye. Ayes have it, motion carries, the consent agenda is adopted. Brings us to unfinished business, of which there is none, because we are awesome.
We're planning.
We're getting it done. Getting it done. So, that would bring us to our treasurer's report. Director Curtis.
Good evening, everybody. The July financial information is very revenue heavy, meaning that revenue related to the summer activities has been posted, but the related expenditures have not. This is simply due to timing. Most of the operating expenditures for July will not be posted until August. It happens every year, just part of the processes that we go through and using the P card. So as you look at the financials in August, you'll have a better indication of the revenue over the expenses for the summer activity. Staff will be reporting on summer activities at either the September or the October board meeting, so you'll have a complete picture at that time.
Out of curiosity, smooth out cash flows. Do we have the option of using accrual rather than cash-based systems?
Well, we're kind of a modified accrual right now, but as we move to RecTrack and registration system, I'm trying to move us to a full accrual for revenue, but the expenses are still going to be more of a modified basis. It's a whole lot of work for us to take them and do a monthly accrual and then undo it. It's almost not necessary. So at year end though, we are full accrual. That's what the modified piece means, is that as we go through the year, we're not, but by year end, we do that. So fall registration began in July, and that will continue over the next few months. Registration is on pace with 2015. This year, a full registration option for early childhood classes was offered, and that was very well received. The majority of those classes are full, so that was a new thing that was offered. And then staff has begun the 2017 budget process. We're beginning to look at capital. That's the first thing we address. And then during the month of September, staff will be presenting their operating budgets to Liza and myself. Capital will be presented to the Finance Committee in early October. A date has not been set for that, but please look for an email on that. And then once the Finance Committee reviews it, it will be presented at the October workshop. And as we proceed through the budgeting process, that will be presented, the entire budget will be presented to the board in November, looking to have it approved at the December board meeting. So that is my report for this evening.
Excellent. Questions from the board?
I have a couple questions. With regard to the income statement, can you, it looks like we're receiving more in impact fees than we budgeted and anticipated receiving. Can you explain, number one, why that is, and number two, how does that benefit the Park District?
Yes, I can. Impact fees are received from the city based on the building and development that's going on in the city. There's a formula that they follow, and we're reimbursed or given that money to offset future expenses of the Park District because of the new development. It is not something that I budget for at a great amount. For 2016, I simply had $15,000 worth of impact fees. I kind of look at an average from the few years before and budget based on that average. As you know, the economy wasn't doing so well a few years ago, so that's where the lower amount came from. But the impact fees received to date are $240,000. So when I receive the impact fees check from the city, it doesn't have a whole lot of detail as to what it is for. Simply says impact fees from this time period, and that is it. So I am working with the city to gain a better understanding of exactly which properties this is related to, which developments were completed. So I'm kind of in the process of looking into that.
So what is the Park District doing with the unanticipated receipt of that revenue?
It is applied to the general fund.
And that goes into reserves eventually, or?
It works its ways into the reserves, yes.
So when we do the original budget, we anticipated roughly about an $800,000 or $900,000 positive cash flow at the end of the year as a result of this significantly higher, I guess, budget revenue.
Yeah.
Revenue, we're gonna be far in excess of that based on the impact fees.
If everything else goes as planned, yes.
That's very good news. I just wanted to highlight.
We
that
love
for-
those checks.
I know, and I just want to. My clients hate paying them, but I will mention that as the economy improves, I mean, one of the things we did not account for, both in our capital improvement plan and also in the green print, is the possibility of receiving additional revenue from the impact fees. And I think that it's be prudent for us, obviously, to put that into our reserves and as we go forward, and we can relook at some of the projects we have in the future based on this unanticipated revenue source that hopefully will increase as the economy gets better.
So I would agree with that, subject to our reserve fund policy.
Yes.
Obviously, if we become over-allocated in our reserves, then we'll consider
Right.
investing that in some of our other programs and capital projects.
And I also wanted to note that in our rec fund, that our athletic program is trending very positive, including baseball, Deer Creek, Sunset Valley was favorable based on to budget, and it looks like everything really that you've highlighted in red here, which is all good news also.
Yeah, red's usually not good news.
I know, but it's good news in this.
Yeah,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
with using the red for good news? in
So you
financial
see it.
reports? Green, use green.
Okay,
I
okay,
didn't
so
even
that-
read it because I was scared it was bad news.
But that's all good news that's in the rec fund too, so, that's all very positive.
I just have a small question.
Of course.
On the same page, it says, overall operations at the recreation center are favorable to budget by 1.82%. Then it says, or $110,000.
Mhm.
So what's the budget at the rec center? That 1% comes out to, 2% comes out to $110,000?
I need to go back and look at the report. Yeah.
I was going like,
Yep.
whoa. All right.
Any other questions or comments? Okay. Thank you, Director Curtis. Very nice.
Thank you.
Bringing us to new business, Executive Director McElroy.
So, one of my favorite reports of the year is to do the commercial for the Heller Honey, because we are one of the only park districts that I know of, if not the only park district that produces its own honey, or at least our bees produce their own honey. So the honey before you was harvested yesterday, and
Monday.
we,
Wow.
oh, Monday. Today's, yeah,
you're
yesterday
right.
was Monday. Today's
Oh, that's-
Tuesday. So at any rate, we sampled this honey, and it is one of the, it's really, it's one of the best.
Yeah, look, wait, could we wait a second for
Don't
Kathy?
let her face
Yeah.
unflush.
It's okay. But even better is that listen to me, the bees produced somewhere between 700 and 800 pounds of honey, which is more than
Wow.
double what they produced last year. Last year, these honey was sold out in less than a week. And so we will have honey for sale for longer, but they won't know the final total until they complete the bottling. So this honey was bottled today. And so that's just, I will never get tired of talking about Heller honey, because I just think it's a cool thing that we do.
So do we actually collect the honey ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's all
have
done.
beehives. I mean, the
I know
whole
we
thing,
got
yeah.
the apiary,
Yeah.
but I
Buzz
mean,
about
do
this.
we-
And then we have volunteers that come and they
No.
spin it, and, yeah, and
Put it in the jar.
it's in the
Yeah.
big vats,
You're
and then
done talking.
it's produced at Heller Nature
Literally.
Center.
We have to send Scott some
Literally.
pictures.
We need spoons or.
Yeah, we'll
get you pictures.
we'll put some pictures online. Oh, Andy, we'll get you some honey.
Okay.
So,
How much do
What
we
are
sell
you?
these for?
Depends.
Because you're sweet.
The low price of,
Right.
$7 or $8 a jar.
Wow.
this
Where's they sell?
proceeds go to
7 or
support
$8.
Where they sell?
They
beekeeping
go back,
program.
yeah, they go back to Heller. So it's just really cool. So, and since we had such a really good harvest, and I won't tell you my other
Which is
fun
nice,
fact.
because we were having, not we ourselves, but globally, there was that
Yeah.
beehive collapse
Yeah.
syndrome that we were
Yeah.
Didn't we
experiencing.
have that last, I feel like
Last year, I think we harvested 300,
collapse.
maybe 350
Bees
pounds.
are back.
And it's double.
Bees are
We
back and
also
they're
got a
busy.
few more hives, I believe. But it's really, I love going over there because it's just crazy. Bees are just everywhere, but they aren't going to bother you because they're busy. Get it?
Busy bees, yeah.
Okay, I'm done. But it's fun, so,
That was good too, yes, Cal. You guys are vying.
okay. At any rate,
We
just,
like yours better, Cal.
I missed
Said
it.
there's a buzz about it.
Okay. So, at any rate, just staying on
We'll
that,
have Sting perform. Okay, we beat
Okay.
this one to death.
Okay.
Let's just keep bumbling along.
okay. All right, I will.
Well, that one stung.
God. Never hear
All right.
about bee in your body?
Okay. Maybe I will continue on. I'll say one more thing about Heller Nature Center, where the honey will be on sale. Our Autumn Fest is September 23rd, which has really become a huge event for families with younger kids. Hopefully, the weather will be nice because we will have a lot. We'll have hay rides, pony rides, live animals, campfire, etc. And you can buy your pumpkins. And I'm going to leave the Heller Nature Center now and go back to recreation. I'm afraid that this might generate additional buzz perhaps, but we are having our Yappy Hour on this Friday from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Debbie Gottlieb Beitler Dog Park. So dogs and their owners can socialize, and there will be treats and refreshments for dogs and their owners.
Gonna card the dogs?
Yeah. And then we are really now turning our attention towards the fall, and Touch a Truck is not far behind. Labor Day is almost upon us. Touch a Truck takes place on September 10th at Sunset Woods from 10 to 12. Sort of going around the Park District, the rec center of Highland Park reopened to the public last Monday, or Saturday. I'm off.
If you're thinking of the
So, yeah, we were closed for a week for cleaning and annual maintenance. We reopened on Saturday, and we've gotten a lot of positive feedback. It's really sort of a takedown of the equipment and revitalizing, re-cleaning, carpets get cleaned, everything gets done, and the members, we've gotten a lot of positive feedback. Staff works hard, and we got some new equipment in, so we'll be looking forward to another robust season at the rec center. One sign of the end of summer, in terms of athletics, we do have travel baseball tryouts coming up this weekend, and then travel football season actually begins September 11th. Moving over to Centennial, our gymnastics and our ice programs all begin after Labor Day, and I will note that gymnastics registration, needless to say, is up thanks to the Final Five, I think they're calling themselves. And maybe swimming will pick up in the winter thanks to the good performances of the swimmers.
So
Pardon me? Okay. Just two more things. Deer Creek opens for the season this weekend. And we talked earlier about our end of summer hours for Rosewood is open this weekend and next weekend, and then we close on Labor Day. And then Hidden Creek Aqua Park is open after school from 4 to 7, and then this weekend and next weekend, and then our outdoor swimming season concludes. So,
Just to clarify, when we say Rosewood will be closed, we won't have lifeguards.
yes, we posted as swimming at your own risk. There are no guards, but we are open year-round, and we get a lot of activity at Rosewood year-round. So that is a positive thing. Golf season, we're going to milk the 2016 season for as long as we can. And then just to continue on, we've talked a little bit about the IT infrastructure project, and that continues on at the facilities. So we are now in official transition from summer to fall, and that is my report for you this evening.
Excellent. Questions or comments?
Yeah, I just have one comment. At the next workshop meeting, can we get a presentation from staff with regard to any updates in the concussion issue with football and what we're doing, and if there's been any change in our policies and our procedures since last year? Just
Sure.
update us what they are.
Sure.
Thank you.
Very good suggestion. Any other questions or comments? Okay. We'll open up to the public to address the board. I see no takers. So that then brings us to an opportunity for us to go into closed session pursuant to the following sections of the Open Meetings Act: 2C1, 2C5, 2C6, 2C8, 2C11, 2C21, and 2C29. Could I please get a motion?
So moved.
Get seconds.
Second.
Can we call the roll?
Commissioner Bernstein?
Aye.
Commissioner Flores Weisskopf?
Aye.
Commissioner Kaplan?
Aye.
Vice President Ruttenberg?
Aye.
President Myers?
Aye. We are in closed session.